All right. How's it going, guys? Welcome back. We were here a minute ago, and we are back with another live stream, ladies and gents. As usual, just do me a favor. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I know that you can't see me yet. Now you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me okay and see me okay. Happy all-time high, boys. Yes, sir. That is what we're dealing with right now. That is what we're dealing with right now. Thank you. Welcome back to another live stream. Let me know as you're coming in here. Once again, who was here from the previous stream? Let me know that first of all. Smash up those likes. Let me know if you were here for our previous stream. It ended like maybe an hour ago. Maybe more than that. Maybe 2 hours. And of course, where you're watching from in the world. Back for more. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Welcome back to the live stream, ladies and gents. Drop a me in the live chat. Y'all missing Mitch Ray. Yes, we are. Drop a me in the live chat if you were here from the previous live stream. And tell me where in the world you're watching from today, ladies and gents. We'll switch the camera on in just a sec. All right. Who we got today? Welcome to the live stream. Bitcoin is sitting at $124,326. We ended the last live stream like here. Like right here is where we ended the last live stream. So how long ago was that? Actually, I said 1 to 2 hours, probably more like 2 hours. It was an hour and 30 on the dot. It was an hour and 30. And you know, I said to you guys as I closed that live stream, I said that, you know, the number one thing this could be here is just another kind of liquidity grab, you know, before we continue going up. I was not worried about the price at all. You know, those of you that were here in that previous live stream are going to remember that quite well. And we've continued to run because, I mean, what else do you do? You know, like if you break the all-time high, you're just going to pump. There's nothing else really that you could do. Now, obviously, we could have like lackluster performance, and you know that's a different story. That's a kind of different case. You know, if that's what we're getting. But I think yeah, even in those situations, you know, like right now, I think the market's done a lot to prove to us that we're okay. We're in a good place. That's how I feel about the market. I don't know. You guys, let me know. What's going on in your heads? You know, how do you feel about these markets? But, yeah, we've got a tiny dump here on Bitcoin again. Just kind of setting in. I fucking hate this mouse. I hate this mouse. I might have to return that. It is a disaster. Okay. I'm back to my... See, MX Master is not going to let you down. The Logitech MX Master. It's just... It doesn't have enough buttons. That's the problem. But yeah, we were looking at this quite a bit in the previous stream. And, you know, it just turned out to be another little liquidity grab. You know, and I said to you guys, I was like, look at how, you know, scared the live chat is getting. I was like, if this live chat is getting scared... You know, imagine how the rest of the market feels. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing that really makes me feel confident that we can pump up again. So, yeah, definitely looking good so far. I'm seeing some chat for retracement in the live chat. I'm going to pull up that live chat in a sec. I want to see where you guys are watching from in the world. And if you were here in the previous live stream, let me know with a me in the live chat. Give you a quick little shout out if you were here for the previous one. Do appreciate it, ladies and gents. Smash up those likes as you are coming in. We've got Bitcoin sitting at a brand new all-time high. It's 124K, ladies and gents. This is sick. This is absolutely great. Smash them up as you are coming in. And What is that break? So far it's been yeah, it's a 1% break. That's not bad. That's not bad. A 1% break. That took 2 hours to go up by a percent. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that a lot of people are not happy with this performance. Perhaps they would prefer some slightly more explosive upward movement. I understand that. That makes a lot of sense to me. However, if you can pull off a percent every 2 hours, do you know what I mean? Like, it gets unsustainable. That means you're up by 12% in a day. I mean, 12% up from here is a serious amount of money. What is 12% up? Wow, I'm only on like 3% right now. Where is this going? Wow. What is going on? Yeah, this is going to be 12% right here. So if we really kind of zoom out and understand what this chart is looking like, let's go on the 4 hour. Like, if we can do this every we're not going to do that, but I'm showing you this to prove how much of a big deal it is to pull off even a move like this after breaking the all-time high. You know, like, if you sit here on a live stream, why am I so blue? Let me see if I can fix that. If you fix this, I'm sorry. If you sit here and you just look at the chart 24/7 and you question yourself on why every little move is happening, you will go crazy. It's a really, really bad idea. It doesn't work for most people. You know, most people just, quite frankly, don't have like the maturity level with themselves to deal with this. That's the bottom line. That's the honest truth. You know, like, they cannot control themselves. They cannot police it. They just get carried away. So that's what we really don't want to find ourselves dealing with. You know, and that's why I really always like to tell you that these live streams are really just for entertainment. You know, very few people watching a stream like this are going to get on a trading account and start making money while they, you know what I mean? Like, while they're just watching the price, you know, live. I know it gets tempting at times, especially if you've been sidelined, but I've never seen anything more abundant than trading positions in the markets. I've never seen anything more abundant than that. You know, they're everywhere. There's always trades you can take. Switch up the lights a little bit. Let me know if this is better. We'll get the hoodie on. Let's see who we've got in the live chat. Smash up those likes, ladies and gents. Let's get this live stream going. We're at 20 likes. I can't sit down here at 20 likes. Smash them up. Let's get this live stream started. Let's see who's in. Geo Rider, what's up? Kayla Lucky from Toronto, Canada. Hajim, what's going on, bro? Symbol, the markets is not boring right now, that's for sure. Yeah, you're damn right, bro. You're damn right. Let's go from Christian Jackson. Happy all-time high, boys, from Jamie. What's going on, Jamie? Grado, easy. Anthony Martinez, what's going on? Christian from Oklahoma. Keith D, what's up, bro? Back for more? Yes, I am. I am back for more, yeah. We're going again. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. You know, if we can get some nice price action, it'll be a fun live stream. And, you know, maybe altcoins can start, you know, finally looking interesting. Maybe we can start doing something over there as well. So, we'll see. We'll see. Ethereum hasn't cracked its all-time high. I think if it does, it'll just go crazy. It'll be like a bull just raging and raging. But Bitcoin dominance has definitely taken this opportunity to go up a little bit, but then so too have other altcoins. So what's the deal there? Okay, we'll keep Bitcoin right here on the right side with our rect cam. And I need a graphic on the right hand side of the screen that says rect cam. That would be nice. And let's line that up with my face cam there. There we go. And I want to go ahead and take a look at some other charts right now. Yeah, this is nothing, to be fair. Bitcoin dominance is really not making much ground here. It's trying. It's going for it now. I mean, you know, we're still kind of like actively in the phase of pumping. I mean, clearly right now we're pulling back a little bit. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Smash those likes up as you do come in. Got Ireland, Saudi Arabia, Australia. What's going on? What's good? Always a pleasure. US here. Welcome, Jacob. Thought you would be doing the backstroke in the pool this time. Dave from Tambo. What's going on, Dave? Welcome back. Edmonton, Canada. I love it. I love it. Istanbul, waiting for a September crash, then full send till March. You know what? I don't really know why everybody's saying September crash. Maybe there's a war or something that provokes it, but I agree with what you said. I mean, I can really see that happening, you know? Be it the September crash idea, be it especially the full send until March idea. I mean, you know, it's going to be a little bit more nuanced than that, of course, but I definitely see it. Bro's glowing like he's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Brilliant. What's up from Portugal? How you doing, Portugal? Mark Jackson music from LA. How you doing? Alex Martinez from Connecticut. Oh no, I can't say it. Why did I do that? I should have done that on a live. Connecticut. A little bit too American in the pronunciation for me. Salam, hermano. How you doing, bro? Your thoughts on Yearn Finance? It's a fun coin, isn't it? It's like cocaine in the crypto markets. But, you know, it's what it is. Orlando, Florida, optimistic. You guys are about to have another hurricane, aren't you? Hope you guys stay safe. They're saying about October too. Yeah, it seems like there's narratives for, you know, a couple things to happen later on this year. It's not going to be smooth. We know that much. We're not expecting smooth sailing here. That would be silly. Hurricanes are a joke for Floridans. Or Floridians, my bad. I don't know, man. I just remember my first and only time in Florida. I got chased by an alligator, and I was just like, fuck this. I'm done with this place. I hate this place. I hate the people here. I just couldn't do it, bro. You know, I went to South Beach, mind you. It was trashy. Back to back from Dubai. It was unfair, you know. But, South Beach was not it. We'll just leave it there. It's a shame what they've done, isn't it? You think it'll miss us this time? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so, you know, Bitcoin seems like it's just kind of pulling back a tiny bit, right? Crypto Capo bearish since May. Yeah, but that's his brand, isn't it? You know, the thing you guys got to understand is a lot of YouTubers in this space, they're going to carve out their niche. So for some of them, it's going to be like absolutely brain dead retarded people. For other people, it's going to be like XRP army, so kind of the same thing. Or for others, it's going to be like Bitcoin maximalist only. Others is going to be like super short term, like 1 minute time frame trading. For others, it's going to be like multi-week, multi-month analysis. And it's going to be something different for everybody, right? But the bears, they also tend to kind of carve out a section of the market for themselves. And that is, you know, obviously it's very interesting because you get to kind of see, you know, what they do with it, but it's not interesting enough for you to want to, you know, watch them because you would, you know, literally never make money. You know, there's a really important saying which goes something along the lines of bears sound intelligent and bulls make money. And I really do believe that to be very true. I really do believe it to be the case that, like, a lot of people, especially smart people, you know, and these can be people that are born into money. These can be people that have made a lot of money. These can be people that are smart but still poor. But, you know, a lot of smart people, men, they want to prove that they're smart. And they'll do it by making a bearish argument. And they'll quote stuff that, frankly, is true. Factors that hold weight in the market. But factors that have held that weight in the market for maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 years. And the problem with those people is, while they do have a point, there's a line that gets drawn somewhere, and I don't know where that line is. You're going to figure it out on your own, but it's the line that says, if you keep going down this path, you won't make money. You might be smart, but you won't make money. How smart are you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's important. And, you know, because you could quote things like, you know, the debt is too crazy. Hit the likes. Thank you very much, Geo. Yeah, hit up those likes, ladies and gents, as you are coming in. Yeah, I don't know the difference between alligators and crocodiles, bro. They're the same thing to me. I don't want to get involved, I'll be honest. They were letting people hold like baby, you know, alligators or crocodiles in the like the swamp park, you know. It was like I think it was like rangers or something, I don't know. I don't know if that helps, but yeah, smash them up, ladies and gents. I do appreciate it. This is our second live stream of the day. We're not on the treadmill right now, but that's okay. That's okay. I got my 10K in, so I'm happy. But yeah, I think a lot of people they don't have the right approach with these kind of ideas, and they're more interested in kind of like making a point, getting that kind of social clout that gives you when you sound intelligent than, you know, the other stuff that you could get. And this is why, frankly, you know, like when people come to me, I tell them that, you know, you just don't want to talk to people about these markets. You know, I'm gonna put the charts back on. I was like, you don't want to talk to people about the markets because the price is moving right now. Bitcoin is sitting at 123,876, and it's just pushing up a tiny bit right now. So we'll see how this goes. We'll just keep this rect cam on the right, keep it nicely zoomed in. And let's put something else over here. We're watching Bitcoin dominance, actually. I think this is pretty good. I like watching Bitcoin dominance here. Because if Bitcoin dominance moves up, you know, again, that's where the really nice opportunities kind of start settling in. So it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be really good. Thanks for smashing up those likes, legends. London, Ontario, my favorite place. Yeah, I don't know. Do I trade on Binance? I hate Binance. I guess they're good. They got good tech, but I don't like Binance. I got Floridians trying to tell me that alligators are not that bad. You guys are crazy. You guys are on a different level. Actually, I got that's a California man. Oh no, you're not trying to justify alligators. Okay, that's not the same thing. What did you miss? You didn't miss much, bro. We just got started. Welcome back to the live stream. Four Flies legend, brother. I'm here because of you for 8 years. Bro, 8 years. So you were here when I was making tech videos. You were here when I was a little geek, bro, and I was making iPhone reviews. I was a fat 110 kg baby. I don't even know what that is in pounds. It's dirty is what it is. It's like 5'10". Alligators sneak into our neighborhood pond over every couple of years. Yeah, that's insane. About the time I started to follow you and Kirby. Yeah, good times, man. Good times. I gotta see if I can hunt that guy down. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Find out what's going on with our boy. Tell him to come back. But, yeah, I think, you know, if you can be a little bit, you know, I don't know, if you can detach yourself from wanting to prove everything to other people, you'll end up making more money. And this is why I tell people, you know, it's just smart not to talk to anybody about the markets, because the chances are you don't know anybody worth talking to about the markets. I can't stress that enough, ladies and gents. I can't stress that enough. Let me say that one more time. The chances are you don't know anybody worth talking to about these markets. So don't talk to people about the markets. You can learn analysis yourself. You can do a good job yourself. You can have conviction in your own ideas. How do you build that? You need to learn the ABCs. You need to learn the ABCs. You need to practice them. You need to journal what you're doing. The basics, the obvious stuff. It does work. It will work. You just won't do it. You just won't do it. So I think that's really important. I think that's a really, really important note. That applies to your trading group chats. That applies to your, you know, signals, whatever. That applies to your Discord groups. Now, we might start a Discord group. But I was thinking, how do you make this Discord group not, like, grow into something cancerous? And I swear, one of the ideas I had is no P&L screenshots. You cannot flex your wins. I don't want, like, if I'm running a group chat like for traders. I don't want us glorifying anything in this process. I think we should have like a W's like channel, and that W's channel should basically say, you know, like you can post like stuff you've achieved with your trading profits, but you can't post P&Ls. I think that's big. That would be cool, yeah, but the groups in Discord get out of control sometimes. Yeah, they do, and then there's politics, and it's, you know, it's very stupid. I mean, if I did run one, I think we'd be very strict, and I think we would be like quite happy to remove people, because you need to remove people, man. Like you attract really bad people in group chats. That's the thing. But then like for people that like, you know, are attentive and kind of like want to learn and improve and, you know, all that stuff, it becomes a massive shame, because then you get to, you know, then you're taking magic away, you know. Well said, no P&Ls. Yeah, we're not, I don't think, you know, like not for flexing. I think literally like sharing thoughts on the market, you know, it shouldn't go into a different place than that. You know, a lot of education. When it turns into flexing, you know what I mean? And like, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I've been sitting on this thought for like 4 years, you know, and I haven't done it. You know, because it's so easy for that to become counterintuitive for people. Like I said, most people do not have people that they should be discussing markets with. Yeah, like your friends are probably stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't really care for the flexing. I think, you know, you flex for the gram, you know what I mean? We don't need to, yeah. I think so. I think that's how it goes. Sam Jones, I'm a newbie trader. Well, stay safe, brother. Stay safe. Learn what being safe means in the market. But yeah, nothing really happening for Bitcoin right now. We're just kind of chilling. 123.7. We're still, you know, clearing that all-time high. Of course, this yellow line is the all-time high for Bitcoin, so it's still doing all right. It's still doing all right. Yeah, the market's going to get volatile, you know, at times like this, isn't it? Because, you know, I mean, we're setting highs. You know, we've never been at these price levels before, so we're just establishing levels right now. That's really all we're doing. It would be nice, again, you know, to just kind of clear it with a little bit more headroom. We've already pumped up by 1%, which honestly, at this rate for Bitcoin, I guess, you know, kind of makes us lucky. But, you know, it looks like it's just trying to, you know, see if it can push the market lower. And obviously that's, you know, this is the third time that's happened since the pop, right? Like we popped over here, and then bam, we had one here, we're doing one right now. You know, if this turns into a recovery, then, you know, and obviously on each of these we sweep the high, right? Sweep the high potentially on this next one. So we just gotta, you know, stick with it and see how this progresses. Again, please bear in mind we're on the 1 minute time frame. You know, we're not on a big time frame. We're not on a good time frame to be looking at the markets. Just as long as we can kind of keep that perspective, that's going to be really, really important. Let's smash those likes up, ladies and gents. Let's push this up toward 100 likes. My bet August will be 115 to 130k, and then we'll fall hard on September. Why does everyone think we're going to drop in September? Can we color that in? Am I missing something? Have I missed some like piece of news or something? Why does everyone think we're dropping in September? It feels a little bit random. I don't believe all of you are saying this because of, you know, the Iran-Israel news. Midterms are coming up, you know. Like, I think it's going to get a lot harder to kind of, you know, start something off. ADA's popping off? Is it? Let's take a look at Cardano. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Wild Bitcoin dominance is going up. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to buy some Cardano, boys. Set a 1 hour timer to buy ADA. You know I can't do that on stream, obviously, but I'm just going to buy some Cardano after this stream, boys. Boys and girls. We're being inclusive. Like I said, not very inclusive, but we're being inclusive. I want to give a quick shout out to our exclusive one-to-one offer. We've had a couple of inquiries. This is a one-to-one program. It lasts 12 weeks. Everything will get unfucked in those 12 weeks. If you're serious. And if you're not serious, please don't inquire. It is expensive, but everybody that's joined has managed to pay off their entry fee within the first couple of weeks of joining. That's not a coincidence. So, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, definitely check that out. Right here in the description. You can reach out and a member of the team will get you that information. Yeah, Cardano's looking nice. But, again, you know, Bitcoin dominance can sweep these gains at any time. So I'm not going to, you know, Bitcoin dominance is already doing its thing. Kind of claiming a little bit back from Ethereum, yeah. Historically, September is always down more than up, correct? I believe so. That's not a good enough reason, is it? It feels childish, man. Like, the whole, like, 4-year cycle theory and... Do I need to make a video about the 4-year cycle theory? I get a lot of questions about it. I don't like it. I don't like the 4-year cycle theory. I think it's ridiculous. And I'm, like, constantly confused as to how so many adults will just subscribe to something like that. It sounds like something that a kid literally came up with. And it's also about, you know, being realistic about, you know, who's interested in this. Like, this is a very retail-driven theory. This is a completely retail-driven theory. I'm sorry, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. Maybe I'm just realistic. Or maybe I'm arrogant. I don't know. Giro Rider's saving for it? Yeah, hell yeah, legend. Loving the Bitcoin price action. 144k is my prediction based on past movement. I agree. Yeah, that's the same target that we were coming to in this YouTube channel as well. Same price target. We're closing in on 100 likes, ladies and gents. Smash them up. Thank you all very much. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is pushing. It's trying. It's trying, and it looks like Bitcoin's kind of getting ready to go. We'll see, innit? We just got to sweep these highs. We can kind of get above that high. We're good. Still on the news of rate cut. Yeah, I hear that. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know. I think it's just like, it's just short-sighted. Like, why do you need to trade so much? That's what I'm really, because I'm not even thinking about taking action next month. I mean, how can you plan? This is something else I never understood, man. Like, how can you plan like what you're gonna do on a certain month? I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen on that month. You don't even know what's gonna happen next week. You're trying to predict next month? Do you know what I mean? Like, I never got it. So much data will change between now and the end of August, but people claim to know what's going to happen in September. And I don't like this seasonal, like, September bearish, December bullish type shit. That's not winning me over either. They're going to pass the Clarity Act. I don't know much about the Clarity Act. What is that? It's a good thing, right? I don't know. Okay, so total 2 and 3 are not even at all-time highs, of course. Like, not even close, presumably. Let's see what that's looking like. We'll keep Bitcoin on the rect cam. Total 2. We'll go on the daily. Yeah, Bitcoin's pushing, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so total 2 is sitting basically at its all-time high. Okay. Is it because people take profits for vacation on September? I thought vacation months were like July, August, bro. But I don't know. I just think all of it's silly. I don't subscribe to any of it. But I agree. I mean, like, I understand that the data suggests that September, like, statistically is a worse month for the markets. For what reason, I don't know. I don't think it's for any particular reason. I think that anybody here in this live stream right now that has, you know, a decent understanding of kind of probabilities and all that stuff, you know, they're going to understand that the only real coincidence is a scenario where you don't have coincidences. Yes, please go ahead. You can, yeah, please go ahead. You can do that. You know, is that they don't, like, they don't have an understanding of XRP waking up. Let's take a look. Is XRP waking up? Doesn't look like it. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Where was I? What was I talking about? I don't even know. I forgot. What's my opinion on alt season on Q4? Like, will we get the real alt season because last alt perform? It's in 2024. Yeah. Well, that's what this was about. This video here on the buckle up. Bitcoin bull market is about to get violent. That's what this was about. Ladies and gents, we're getting a hookah running in this stream because this is my second stream of the day. It is ridiculously late, so we're just running a hookah for this one. So it's going to be a little bit more of a casual one. But yeah, check this video out. I've been saying constantly, this video is a lot more important than the live stream you're watching right now. It's 40 minutes long. You can put it on 2x speed, and now it's 20 minutes long. We've been getting incredible feedback on those because they're obviously fantastic. So I think all of you watching this right now, if you haven't, should check that out. Yeah, go grab your hookah, Geo. Good stuff, man. Yeah, what is the Clarity Act? Does anyone know? Be curious to find out. But I was making a point. I forgot what my point is. When that comes back, I'm gonna get back on that topic. But yeah, here's Bitcoin just kind of knocking on that 124k door. You know, it's doing all right. It's doing all right. Yeah, no, I figured you weren't declaring, but I also thought that, like, there would be something that indicated it is waking up. It's just going to do its own thing, isn't it? It's going to move when it wants to. Yeah, this point I was making about, like, coincidences, I think it's a really big deal, is so close to 100, ladies and gents. Smash them up. Smash them up if you haven't already. It's this whole idea that the way, like, random probabilities and random, like, spreads of stuff works. There's a word here. Random distribution. The way random distribution works is that there are going to be sections of data that look like coincidences, because when you're rolling the dice enough times, it's improbable that there are no coincidences. It wouldn't be probable. It wouldn't make sense. I think that's a really big deal. I think that's really, really important, you know, and I don't know how many people are aware of stuff like this, like how probabilities work. You know, like, if you truly do have random distribution, which I'm not saying we do, but if you have anything even close to it, you're also going to have clusters of stuff, you know, and the quote that ties this all together is that the only real coincidence is that there is no coincidence. And I think when you can kind of view the world that way a little bit more, I think a lot of things start making sense. A lot of things, it's just more realistic. It's not hopeful. It's not pessimistic. It's just real. That's exactly what we do on this YouTube. It's the only thing we do on this YouTube channel. We're not hopeful or pessimistic. We're just real. That's the point. That is the point, ladies and gents. We'll take a look at Total 3 as well. But yeah, we're getting a hookah running for this stream. It's going to be a nice chill one. I don't know how long we're going to last for. I'm super tired. So we could close this off soon. $1.1 trillion on the market cap there for Total 3. This is Bitcoin and Ethereum excluded. And it's still fairly close to its all-time high. So looking pretty decent. Definitely looking pretty decent. We'll see how this continues to progress. But yeah, no, I think we'll get an alt season. I think we'll get a few. I think we're kind of in one right now. I think it could progress. I think it could definitely progress. But let's just get Bitcoin dominance back on here. Let me know what things you want me to go through. I'm not going to take coin suggestions because that bores me, and if I get bored, I'm going to fall asleep. So I'm not going to do anything boring. But unless it's like a major coin or like an interesting coin. But if it's a coin that nobody's heard about, then I'm just not doing that on this stream. Might be a triple top. I mean, are we judging this on the 1 minute time frame? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance did shoot up there. It's now pulling back down a little bit. Almost to 100 likes. Yeah, very close. Very close. Smash them up. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thoughts on BMNR? Never heard of it, bro. Gonna be honest with you, I've never heard of it. Might be a triple top on the market cap. Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, triple tops don't seem to kind of stick that much on crypto stuff, you know, because the whole idea is that you set a high, you drop down, you come back up to that high. That's a pretty decent sign of strength. You drop down, you come back up to that high again. It's like, why are you so persistent? You know, like if you're that persistent, you might actually break the level. It's like what I was talking about on the previous live stream where I said that, you know, if you're a bear, like the chart looked like this, you know, when I said this. And I was like, you know, if you're a bear, I was like, you really don't like this chart right now because, like, yeah, the bulls are not getting that break above the all-time high right here, but you are still unsuccessful at driving the price lower. And, you know, if you play this chart forward a little bit, you know, it bottoms out about over here, then it bounces up. I mean, this bounce up really puts you at risk as a bear. You know, this is a really bad place to be as a bear because you mustered, you know, honestly quite a weak drop. We calculated it. It was like 0.6%. It wasn't even a full percent. Did I say hooker or hooker? Either way, it sounds like an all-time high party going down. Oh, brother. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Okay, so yeah, so it wasn't even a full percentage drop. You know, it was just a 0.6% drop. And if you're a bear, you're really not going to like that because that's going to be an indication that, yeah, you managed to get a little bit of a push down, but it didn't really achieve anything. And then the price breaks up. Here's the pump. Bam. All-time high right there. See what I'm saying? So when that's happening, you're going to be very uncomfortable in shorts. You know, you're going to be very uncomfortable as a bear. And we're not really doing anything different right now. This is the thing about this chart. You know, you guys are talking like people who are not in short positions, and that says a lot. You know, if you're in a short position, these are really, like, really scary charts to be looking at. Like, the only thing this chart does is go up. The only thing it does is go up. You don't want to be in a short like this. Thoughts on OP? I don't know what that is, bro. Maybe that's a coin. Thoughts on internet coin? We need to stop asking me for my thoughts on coins. Unless it's a big major coin, I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it unless it's a major coin. Maybe institutions want to take some profits on Ethereum before rate cuts. Who knows? I mean, that's a very Illuminati-esque theory. You know what I mean? Like, it's the big shadowy people in nice suits in downtown Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's a very simplistic way to view the market. And I think it's very, like, it comes from a place of wanting to blame somebody for price moves. And what I've learned over time is that that's not a reason, that's not a, like, useful mindset to keep with you as a trader. That's what I've learned. That's just my 2 satoshis, bro. I'm not trying to tell you something about, you know, how you should view the markets or anything. But you know, because I used to think like that a lot, you know, and then I stopped asking questions of who's doing what because it doesn't matter. There's a lot of groups of people that have an interest in doing something to the markets. You know what I mean? And if we're trying to count all of them all the time, it's a futile activity. Watching BTC dominance drop a little bit, and we're watching Bitcoin just sit at about 123.7k. Yeah, so we had the they had the fully we had this fully sequential price, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 123,456. We had that sequential price there, so that's really, really cool. When was the last time we had one of those? Was it 99,999? Or was it 111,000? Wait, these are not sequential. These are just like repeats. I still like holding Tesla. I bet Tesla's looking good. I bet Tesla's looking nice. Let's pull up Tesla stock. This is what I like about Tesla, man. It's always got a nice chart. It's just chilling. Like, Robotaxi's cooking. It's in another bull flag. I don't understand how people are still flaming shit like Robotaxi and not acting like it's the most impressive thing ever. The only thing this chart is going to do is go up as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong. It won't be the first time I'm wrong, but I don't see anything else happening here, ladies and gents. We'll most likely get a correction as we approach the rate cuts, as big boys look to rebalance their portfolios with cheaper borrowing, new carry trades, and being able to buy the dip. Yeah, all of that sounds real. All of that sounds real. I see it. I see it. But yeah, I think Tesla's looking really good. I think it's really gonna, like, the fact that they're in such a strong position and people just like don't even get it is why I feel like this chart is gonna blow up, because like eventually they're, you know, like at some point you're not gonna be able to ignore it anymore. And they're just gonna be so wildly successful, you know. Like, there was a lot of reputational damage done by Elon kind of working with Trump, and it's a shame to see that, you know, it didn't result in anything other than showing the world that, you know, we're not ready for honest government. And maybe that alone was worth everything. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Time will tell. Probably wasn't worth it. But that's just what we're dealing with now. You know, but that's not going to last forever. People forget. And Tesla's the best car company in the world. I mean, driving-wise, it's good. It's not the best, but, I mean, it's the best car company. There's no doubt. It's the most impressive car company. There's also no doubt about that. So, yeah, I love Tesla, man. I love Tesla. We're very close to the July all-time high. How will it look if we go under? Yeah, I mean, probably not like much. It's the best electric car out there. It is, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the best EV manufacturer, but because of their autopilot software, because of their optimization of that software, because of their solar, their Optimus robots, their AI, I also class them as the best car company in the world. I put them above Porsche, Ferrari, all that stuff, because these companies, yeah, they're good, but you know, they do what they do and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, they don't do much more than that. But Tesla does a lot more than that. Some of these Chinese EV cars are really impressive. Yeah, I've seen them. But I'm not a fan of anything Chinese, man. I don't like that stuff. I don't have a problem with the people of China, obviously. I just, you know, I'm like fully on the side of like buy Western, support your local businesses type shit, you know, like even if it's like GM that you're buying from, even if it's Volkswagen, like you're at least like that tax money is, you know what I mean? Like, that's still going in your country. Like in your part of the world, you know, like like the West just can't compete with China on that kind of like physical product level, and I don't think it's worth. Yeah. I think if they played nicer, it would be a different story, but they don't play nice. But I mean, I get it. Like, I was tempted to get one of them Chinese EVs as well. My God, they look nice. But I also just don't trust the build quality. You know, like, it looks really nice on them videos, those sped up videos with a cute Chinese man just walking around the car, reclining the seat and popping a champagne glass out of the armrest and stuff like that. You know, like, it looks really nice. But how long is that stuff going to work properly? You know what I mean? And then when it does, who are you going to go to for support? A Chinese chatbot? I don't know. Yeah, we're dropping right now. Let's see where this takes us. $123,500. The previous all-time high is right here. What does it look like if we drop? Like, nothing, bro. Like, I'm not reading into it that much, you know? Like, we could drop and then recover easily. You remember that there was a Turkish channel? Yes, there was. There was a Turkish channel. 100% agree. They look good, but the reliability is the issue, and support lol chatbot run by DeepSeek. I mean, that would be pretty decent, obviously, you know, chatbot run by DeepSeek. But, yeah, we're dipping. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if the price dips, like, who really cares at the end of the day is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, you can panic for a little bit, and, you know, many of you will, and that's understandable, but that's not going to change what the market's going to do, and the market's looking great, you know? Like, we can drop below the previous all-time high, and we'll still be looking great. I mean, let me just remind you guys, I should do this more often in these live streams, but to me this is so obvious, you know? Like, 8 years in the game, I've just found it harder to kind of sympathize with ideas like this now, but it's very valid. I mean, I understand where all of it's coming from, but, you know, like, we set this all-time high over here, and then we had a massive drop, like, instantly. I mean, within a day and 8 hours, the price was down by 6%. Now, granted, 6% is not massive, but for Bitcoin at this stage, it's still a pretty big move. And even with that, we ended up getting, you know, a break above that all-time high within a month. I mean, yeah, it ended up dropping a little bit lower, but my point is, like, it can get bad and scary, and it'll still be fine because the market overall is good. Where's the treadmill? I put it away. I hit my 10K. I hit my 10K just on the live stream. I was like, that's enough. That's enough. Wait, is Bitcoin really going to hit 1 million? I don't know, bro. We'll see. We'll see. Unpopular opinion, but I think it's bearish. 2021 all over again. I remember you saying in 2021, each time we make a new all-time high, we don't break it by much. I see the same thing happening this time. Yeah, well, yeah, but I think that's not really... We got from 70K to 124K. I don't know if you're considering that in your theory there, or whatever you want to call that. I don't like. Have you kept that in mind? We're like 3 likes away from 100, ladies and gents. Smash them up if you haven't done so already. Thank you all very much for the support. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on this very time-sensitive content. We're losing momentum. It takes more money to move it now. Yeah, it sounds like classic FUD to me, really. I don't know. I just don't analyze intraday like this. You know, like, you might even be right, but you just won't be right consistently if you have that attitude, is my point. It's, yeah, of course, it's an ugly break, but it's also been 2 hours. You know, like, these are 2 hourly candles. I mean, this one's only been open for 20 minutes. You know, the candles prior were alright. I mean, yeah, we're kind of, you know, stopping a little bit. We're kind of slowing down here, but... Like, we slow down all the time. We slowed down over here. You know what I mean? Like, we slowed down over here. It's too granular, this analysis. It's too granular. Noel says, if I get 10K USD in Bitcoin now, do you think it'd be good to turn into 100K over the years? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I would hope so. But hope isn't a good strategy, is it? Obviously, your upside is better in altcoins, but obviously you also take on more risk at that point. So, the old all-time high was 110K. Then we pushed 10% to 123K. Not much of an increase for a 30% dip. Let's be honest. No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. That's essentially 4 steps forward, 3 steps back. Is it not? Is it not? Okay, yeah, we dipped 30%, but we also pumped like 50%. Is that not like 4 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of thing? I just think the barometers are not realistic here. You know, like how you're judging success. It's not realistic. Bitcoin is a $2.4 trillion asset. 2.4 trillion. It is going to be a little bit slower now. It is going to move a little bit less now. Do you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gents. Yeah, it is insane, bro. 2.4 trillion. Bitcoin's big. I mean, 110 to 124k is not bad. If we do that again, we're at like 138. Like, do the math, bro. A big daddy now, yeah. 100 trillion incoming over the next 5 years. Yeah, we'll see, bro. That's gonna be really bad. That would mean that the dollar collapses. Everybody would be very poor. That's not a good thing. That's not good. We're not trying to like celebrate society collapsing so our bags go up. I think that's a bit too far. I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm old-fashioned for saying that. I don't know. Maybe I'm something. Dollar is collapsing. I live in the US. It's not really collapsing though, is it? It's just down by like a few percentage points. On the index, I'm saying. But yeah, of course, if you mean inflation, yeah, the dollar's getting fucked pretty bad. But whose currency is it? Why did Paul become a stable coin? It's just part of the market cycle, bro. I think every coin's gonna get their turn. Real world asset tokenization happening in real time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably, but I don't know. Not really. I don't really see it the way you do. Yeah, market's just kind of doing its thing right now. Put it back on the minute time frame, just dipping lower slowly. Maybe it wants to find some support and then blast off. We'll just stay here and kind of see how this looks. Would you say crypto is becoming a better bet than stocks now? I think they both look great. I think stocks look better than crypto, man. I've been saying this for years. I don't know, man. Crypto's frustrating. Crypto fucks you up, man. But like stocks, if you're just smart, you know, you make money. Pardon me. And, you know, building on that, I think the reason that stocks are better is because they force you to be slower. And if you're forced to be slower, you're probably going to make better decisions. And it's just fucking obvious, really, isn't it? It's just obvious. I saw people saying, like, you know, like stories of people holding Nvidia stock for like the last 10 years. That was a pretty reasonable bet. You know, like that wasn't hard to do. Crypto's hard. Like, which one is it? Fucking Solana? Cardano? Link? Is it something new? Is it a meme coin? I mean, you'll make money on all of these things, but you're not incentivized to be patient in crypto. Like you're not urged to be patient, but in stocks you are. Toroidal Moment said he made 1,000% profit on Nvidia stock bought in 2021. Exactly, 1,000% is an 11x gain. $100 turns into $1,100. 10k turns into 110k. 100k turns into 1.1. That's a big increase on a very obvious bet. People lose their life savings on shit stocks too. Yeah, but like, are we gonna like define everything by what the lowest common denominator does? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even, no, I don't know. You know, like there's plenty of disclaimers. There's common sense. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how, you know, people ruin themselves over this shit. Like, it's just, you know, you can't blame it on the stocks is my point. You know, like if you're that fucking stupid, something's gonna get you. Don't forget there's an entire generation of Americans who love gambling on slot machines in Vegas. That's legal. Well, fuck you then. If you want to be stupid, you can be stupid. If you want to be desperate after you've lost money and do something that you know is not smart to lose more money, then fuck you. You did that to yourself. Why has that got to be anyone else's problem? I went to a casino once. I think it was in Italy. I was very young. I was like 18. And I saw this guy sweating bullets. He was messed up. Old guy, maybe 50 plus. Comes in the elevator with me, and I'm like, listen, bro, because obviously I was a trader back then as well, innit? I understand the psychology. So I was like, bro, what's going on? Are you okay? He's like, I lost my daughter's university fund. He said, I lost my daughter's university fund. I said, all right, man. Well, shit, sorry. You gotta go. You gotta go home. I was like, what are you doing going to this next gambling floor? He's like, no. I need to play. He said I need to make my money back. This happens with traders too. Like, this isn't, you know, like, this happens a lot. And it's obviously not right. What, are we going to ban alcohol too? Because some people can't drink responsibly? Gonna ban cars? What's next? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just because some people fuck it, like... You'll cut your heart out of your chest if you spend all day feeling sorry for people like that. Because there's too many stories like that. The majority of us have been there and learned the hard way. Exactly. Me too. Me too. I fucked up majorly too, many times. Don't give the UK government more ideas, mate. Nothing I can say there. If you bought $100 of Intel 20 years ago, you'd have $100. That's crazy. Intel fell off, yeah. Intel really fell off. And it's really sad that all of this happens, you know, but like we're blessed with autonomy, you know, to suggest that we don't have autonomy to make our own decisions is quite a scary statement. That's how you end up with COVID-like restrictions. That's not acceptable. We need to accept that everybody has maximum autonomy for themselves. It's ridiculous to take it any other way. I've tried to work out, like, what's the psychology of people who, like, gamble in casinos? And it must be that they're aware that their odds might be 30, 40, 45, 48%. And they're just hoping that they're that lucky guy and they can just hit that, like, 2 times in a row and leave. You know, it's got to be, like, some sort of rationalization like that. So putting life savings in Bitcoin is a bad idea? I don't know, it probably is. Isn't it? Putting life savings in any one asset is probably a bad idea, isn't it? I don't know. Sounds like it. Definitely sounds like it. But I like Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I've worked on a casino for 10 years, man. It's sad. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I think if you tax these companies more, it can be a bit more fair, you know? Because then it's like wealth redistribution. This is assuming the government's efficient enough to spend it properly, which they're not. But assuming they are, like, if casino, like, let's say the base corporate tax rate is like, I don't know, 5%, 10%, something reasonable. You know, like, you could totally make the casino tax rate 50%, 80%. There's a sin tax, right? You charge sin taxes for drugs. You charge sin taxes for, like, bad stuff. Why can't you charge a sin tax to a casino? Why do casinos get to pay, you know, like, they actively only destroy society. The only thing they do is bad for society. If they redistribute wealth, it's only to people that are already very wealthy. Why don't you just tax them more? I don't know. 50% of the gains goes to the government here. My friend did easily made a house money with a nice cash in. I think you're saying that your friend went to a casino and made enough money to get a house in 2021. He was in and out. Yeah, that does sound very cool. That does sound very cool. Exceptional stories, and I guess they're just hoping that they're that story, that they're that exception. 90%, 95% of my wealth is in crypto. Don't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly. You know, like, I sleep nicely at night when I'm all in on Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sleep very nice at night knowing that I'm all in on Bitcoin. You know. Poker isn't bad though, it's competitive. Absolutely. No, poker is brilliant. I love poker. I love poker. If you're good at poker, you're a good trader. It's that simple. I live near Niagara Falls and there are many casinos. A lot of suicides of people jumping over the falls. That's a bad way to commit suicide too. I don't know why you'd do that. Why you gotta make it terrifying on top? Why are there so many casinos up there? Is it like Indian land or something? Poker is not okaying against the casino. Very different story. Yeah. Does chess count? Hell no. These are intellectual games. Poker is not gambling. I don't know why poker is considered gambling. It's so silly. It's not gambling. At all. Just tax the fuck out of them and redistribute the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a bit too much tolerance for the dirty businesses. Poker is not playing against the casino. Different story. Okay. But house gets tipped, right? Stuff like that. Indian casino on one side in the USA and Canadian casinos across the river, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for being the voice of reason. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much. We got Bitcoin pushing up a little bit now. Let's see what happens with this, where this goes. It's my pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. Put all your eggs in one basket and watch that basket from Andrew Carnegie. Well, I don't know. You guys agree with that? I don't think it's that bad. But I don't know. I think it really depends on where you are in life. You know, if you're like young, if you're a teenager in your 20s, you can really do that, yeah. You know, but if you're kind of a little bit later on in life, maybe there's kids in the picture, can you really put everything on one? It's just irresponsible, isn't it? Again, to me, these things are common sense. Even if it's slow, even if you really need the money, that doesn't mean you kill yourself to make the money or kill your account to you know. Yeah, Intel stock has got to go up, doesn't it? You know, I mean, like, there's still assets, there's still, you know, staff members there. They've got to pick up eventually. I would imagine. Yeah, exactly. Depends where in life you are. The best odd against the casino is your first bet. Each bet after that, your odds drop off walking out there without a profit. Interesting. I wonder how that math works out. I love poker, man. I made shawarma money with poker in London. Just went to the casino, played a little bit of poker, £30 profit, in and out, mate. Put £100 down, walked out with 130. That was my shawarma sorted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was happy with that. I'm a trader, boys. I just take profits. That's what I do. I like taking profits. What can I say? 30% in one session. Okay. I'm a principled man. 30% in a session. I'll take that, man. It's free shawarma. Get out of my way. Cafe Helen, you already know. Shout out to my London viewers. Yeah, poker's great. And you can play it without money. It's really fun without money. You just need push-ups or something like that to be the buy-in, you know, so that people don't abuse the game. I think that shisha's coming up soon, ladies and gents. That hookah. Always have fun with poker. Yeah, man. It's a good game. Casinos are corny as fuck, yeah. I agree. I love taking profits too. Hell yes, brother. Because you like money. That's what's up. You know, a lot of these other people, they don't like money. They like thrills. And you know that's what they like because that's what they get. You'll always get what you want in life. You just don't know that that's what you wanted. Remember that. You will always get what you want in life. You just don't know that that's what you wanted. Smash up those likes, ladies and gents. Push this thing up to 150. Try and get some more price action for Bitcoin. It's such a shame, man. It was while I was gone, the market was moving, and now it's just not moving. But I think that's going to resolve soon. Because it's been pretty much doing nothing since we started. And that's quite a long time, considering, you know, where this trend is at. So I'm sure we'll see something soon. We just need to get fed up of watching. What do you guys want me to go through here? Let's cook something up here. Let's make some, you know. Let me know if there's like a thing that's been on your mind, something you want to discuss about, you know, in these streams. It would be nice if I could bring you guys up here, you know. I would love if I could I'd love if I could get you guys on stream with me, you know, just one at a time, you know, to talk, ask a couple questions. It'd be funny. I'll end up getting trolled a little bit. Where you go for shawarma? It depends, innit, where I am in the world. But, you know, obviously London, you know, somewhere like Cafe Helen, Dubai, Antar. Antar is amazing. Antar is really good. In my opinion, give it a couple hours. Yeah, it might need a couple hours. It definitely might need a couple hours. But I think it could be done before that too. I mean, like, I think it could do something before that. I mean, how long has it been here? It's been pretty much like... What is this? It's been like an hour, isn't it? Yeah, we've been live for an hour. That's not bad. That's not bad. That was a quick hour. How did that happen? That was a really quick hour. I just talked to myself, fam, for an hour, and it goes by quickly. It's good company, innit? You know what I'm saying? You ever feel like you need company? Just talk to yourself. Yes, thank you very much. Just one second. What? I don't think the AC is working again. Well, you just turned it off, didn't you? Huh? We'll just talk about it later. What's up, guys? I'm back. Pipe in hand. Ugh. I love getting a pipe on stream, these late night streams. Just get a pipe and chill. Honestly, I could just sit here and chill. Wait until something happens. I'm not saying like today, but I mean in general. It's something I'd be happy to do. Then that's a Zoom call webinar. Exactly. Yeah. Zoom call webinar. At what point... This is what I'm saying. As we're going along, just drop your questions in the live chat and we'll just make it educational. You know what I'm saying? And I'll start recording stuff. I'll start clipping stuff out. At what point do you determine a double top is invalid? Alright. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep the rect cam on the right. And we're going to go back through Bitcoin's chart. We're going to identify a double top. Here's a double top. Now, I'm not really going to go over why I think this is a double top. I think that's pretty clear. This is the kind of thing that tells me that double top is about to get invalidated. what happens is that the double top results in a pretty nasty move down. I mean, it's not nasty at all, but a lot of traders didn't take it well. And afterwards, you get a 31% drop, recover all the way back up. You're up by 40% now. This is what I meant when I said 4 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of thing. But it's obviously much more than that. And then you're sideways. Now, if you're sideways right below the area where you topped out, this doesn't matter if it's a double top. This doesn't matter if it's a triple top. This doesn't matter if it's any top. You're going to be basically showing clear signs that you can pump up. And again, why is that? It's quite straightforward. It's because when you're in these kind of situations in the market, you're going to have bears trying to send the market lower. And if bears are unsuccessful in doing that, the chart's going to start looking like this. Okay, that's a really big deal. If bears are unsuccessful in driving that market lower, it's just going to look like shallow pullbacks. And then it's going to go sideways, and then that becomes what we call a continuation pattern or a consolidation pattern. And that's how you get that blast off. There you go. It's that simple. It's just that simple, ladies and gents. That's really all I think there is to this. There's a lot of different ways that you can invalidate a double top so many different ways. That's just one of them. I mean, it's like asking, what does a dangerous situation on a road look like? Like, which one? There's millions, billions, trillions of things that could happen. But that's a dead giveaway. AI versus crypto, which sector would have higher ROI? Maybe I should dabble in both. I think AI. I think it's a clear winner. It depends what you're going to do in the sector. If you're going to join crypto and run a crypto bank, then okay, that's a lot of money. If you're going to get into AI and leverage that for an existing business or start an AI business or something like that, then that's different too. There's unlimited ways to make money in this lifetime, ladies and gents. All you need is a good attitude. I promise you. Had to take a coal off over there. Thank you for asking my question. Of course, yeah, we'll answer every question. Unless you ask me to look at a shitcoin. Then we're probably going to skip it. Do I have plans to move homes in Dubai to another location in Dubai? Yeah, of course. That's an income problem, isn't it? I'm not at Emirates Hills levels. You know what I'm saying? There's always levels to this. I'd like to get on one of the islands eventually. I'd like to think I can get wealthy enough to kind of get on one of the islands. Not like 𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗓, I mean the nice islands. Any thoughts on AI-related crypto coins? Why not be in both markets? Yeah, they're probably going to do well. I don't know. I'm not really in the business of choosing out crypto coins. I think that's a really, really shit way to try and make money in crypto. Because the coins are going to prove themselves, the coin that is actually going to work is going to prove itself. And when it does, you'll just find a support level on it and buy it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not really going to try and, angel invest low down. It doesn't work for most people. AI-related crypto stocks. I think just AI-related stocks. Nvidia, Tesla, Apple if they get their shit together, Microsoft. Why is it that Microsoft is one of the biggest companies in the world again? Can someone tell me? I forgot. What did Microsoft do to get into the 4 trillion club? It's not in the 4 trillion club anymore. But what did it do to get there? Does anyone know? Because I can't remember what they did. They're such a forgettable company. Oh, hang on. It's ChatGPT, isn't it? It's OpenAI. Investing in cloud compute data centers. So like kind of similar to Nvidia, is that right? I mean, it's like, it's peripheral to what Nvidia does. Which makes sense. It's all tech, guys. Don't be surprised by this. Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and then Saudi Aramco. Broadcom. I don't even know what Broadcom TSMC is, but... What's Broadcom? Big company. Tencent. Windows, bro. Come on, tell me. Yes, of course, bro. I know about Windows, but Windows didn't take Microsoft to $4 trillion, did it? They sold my data. Microsoft Teams. Yeah, Skype. This is because of Skype. Now, of course, I'm well aware of the Windows thing, but Windows didn't bring Microsoft up here. You know what I'm saying? Windows hasn't been interesting since Windows 7. I don't even know why they made another OS after Windows 7. Could someone explain that to me? Like, Windows 7 was the most perfect operating system ever created. And then they just made Windows 8, fam. Make it make sense. This is what I'm saying. Like, companies, they start thinking, okay, we're so successful, we'll just start, like, doing random shit and be edgy. And they think that it's gonna work. And then they just lost to Apple. It was disgusting. Vast majorities of the of computers in the world use Windows. My money's on that, to be honest. Games for Windows, they're gonna beat Steam. Like, Microsoft is the king of completely inconsequential products. Products that do nothing for the world. Xbox. What a joke. What a joke. Did they really need to kill Xbox the way they did? They're just arrogant. It's arrogance in the higher levels of the company. What? Because the executives are rich. They think they understand the world. No. Clearly not, brother. Clearly not. Okay, you guys really do think it's Windows that played a part in this. Fair enough. Broadcom started to dabble into AI. Everybody has to, bro. Everybody has to get into AI, otherwise they're done. Did they kill Xbox? Bro, they killed Xbox with the Xbox One, and you know it. You know it. The 360 dominated the console landscape. And then they just passed the ball to Sony. They were like, hey, you can have all the money. Oh, Azure, of course. Yeah, they've got Azure. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Everybody's got to get into AI now. I mean, you know, you're just going to get left behind. I mean, ladies and gents, I don't know if you're aware of this, but, you know, tech companies that are big in AI are now starting to do work in the medical industry. You know, like, if your AI is intelligent enough, you'll just run laps around all of these companies, and it will be. Who's to say that Pfizer is going to get all that tech? I mean, they probably can and already have it, you know, in some way, but these are companies that are not agile. That's the bottom line. These are not agile companies. So tech companies are going to take their cake. Tech companies are going to take their prize. That's how it always works. When has it not worked that way? You can't compete with tech. You have to be in tech to compete with tech. That's the bottom line. Medical and AI together is RX. Yeah, never heard of that. Xbox 360 were better times, better gaming for sure. I feel like all video games are copy-paste now. They're disgusting. They're horrible. But Battlefield 6 does look good, and I'm very excited for Battlefield 6. No, that's okay. That's okay. It's 'cause I know you in the chat, you know, like you're always engaging in the chat, so I'm not assuming that you're going to shitpost in here. It's when someone's brand new to the chat and they start dropping like all sorts of tickers, and it's like, all right, bro. Like, no one's going to buy your shit coin or your shit stock because, you know, you put it in a live chat. Oh. Well, I've got to go, guys. I do have to get going. It's been another good live stream, though. Thank you all for tuning in. I do have to wrap this one up. I will be back, I think, if something interesting happens. We'll see. I said that earlier. I came right when we were at the peak, you know what I mean? I went live on like the minute candle where it crashed. So it was just unlucky timing here, but I'm gonna take it easy for now. I think it's been a very, very, very long night. played the beta goes live again tomorrow. Yo, let me guys in the chat, if you're gonna play Battlefield 6 tomorrow, hit me up. How do we do this? How do we do this? Can you guys like drop your gamer tags or something like on Steam, or is it on console too? Do I get it on Steam or PS5? What do I do? Should have shorted when you went live. I wouldn't short something like this. That looks too risky. If you guys are on the Battlefield beta, let me know. I wanna. We can make a little like a party and run it. I'm not on Xbox. I got PS5 and PC. That's it. Their business side Windows server is why they're worth that much. Every server requires a license, and you need a license per CPU core on their Xeon chips. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, anybody that wants to play Battlefield 6 tomorrow, just send me your handle, your Discord, whatever you like. I think Discord would be easiest if you just send me your Discord. You know, or Telegram, whatever. You can also send it to the Telegram here if you prefer. Definitely hit me up. We'll run it tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Thanks for going live. Yeah, of course. My pleasure. My pleasure. I don't even know. I haven't downloaded the beta, so I don't know, like, do I have to launch it from EA? Do I have to launch it from Steam? Is it even on console? I don't even know any of that stuff. So I'll check that all out tomorrow. Alright, ladies and gents. Thank you all for tuning into the second one today. And we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.